Hello and welcome to Challenge the Road, one of my favourite cars, but I've never driven it. Cayman GT4, built in 2016. I love these cars. I was going to take you around it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get in and I'm going to drive, and I'll see you in a bit in the car. Right, so we're out. GT4. Lots of little buttons here. Can have a play around with them in a minute. I've only been out for sort of, I don't know, 5-10 minutes so far. Just wanted to warm through the car. First impressions, feels very light. The gearbox feels good, a little bit loose, as in compared to like the Touring and different gearboxes, the Mitsubishi Evo and that. But yeah, it feels pretty good. That's the sport button, so that's doing heel and toe for me. I'm just going to turn that off actually. Now, I've really wanted to drive one of these cars, well, since they launched, and I haven't been able to. They started off about 64,000 new, a few extras, you're probably up to sort of 75, and then they sort of rushed up because there wasn't enough produced. I had a look, I'll bring up the figures. I think there's about 580 in the UK, so not a huge amount. And there was only 50 Porsche dealers at the time to buy them from. Right, let's just come up here. It does sound good, I know that. Very long geared, I think that was the main thing a lot of people said on here. Let's just push sport. There's an exhaust button here. Let's drop it down to second and let's see this sing. Whew. Does sound good, not that loud, but obviously I've come from the Vantage. Now this car, a lot of spec on this car. Now 34mm longer, that was for the cooling. GT3 front end. I just took all the suspension from the GT3 and put it on this car. Let me just turn this off, turn this exhaust, make it a bit quieter. Had a 22% diff locking up to 27, so a lot of really nice stuff. And it was the one, sort of the everyman's Porsche, I would say. If you couldn't get a GT3, you wanted this GT4, really wanted it. Well, I really wanted it anyway. Let's go down again. So second gear, seems like every 1,000 revs is a miles per hour. That's 60 mile an hour in second. God, it's going to do 80 plus in second. That is a lot. Impressions are, if we just start engine, I think it's good. It's not like the howl quite of the GT3. I don't know if that's because it doesn't seem very loud. It feels very light and very easy. But again, I think the gearing just doesn't quite work. That's literally just off the bat, first impressions. There is a company called RPM, sorry, so I'm going around a lorry here, Technic, and they do a shorten ratio. I'll put that up, and I think that would really help this car. It feels good, the ride's good. I think the ride's similar to the Vantage. This is in normal suspension, so it feels pretty nice. Feels lovely and compact, quite small. Seats are the 18-way adjustable. They feel really nice actually, really comfortable. It's not like a bucket seat. It feels really nice. Interior, great. Steering wheel, I really love these thin steering wheels. I don't know why, it just feels really nice. I know like M cars now, BMWs and that's really quite chunky. Handling, I haven't had enough time really to go. I'm in traffic now. It feels really nice actually, very compliant. A little bit loose, but I think because I'm coming out the Vantage, that's sort of why the Vantage is obviously very stiff, and I'd say controlled. But I haven't had enough time. I'm looking forward to getting down here. I love all the, the older style Porsche with the buttons. I just like that. I had that in the Cayman, it was really nice. Horsepower and stuff, you're 380 horsepower, so it's not a huge amount, but could this be the perfect car for the road? Do you need 500 horsepower anyway? Not sure you do. 3.8 litre, naturally aspirated. Let's try and give ourselves a bit of room so we can drive it a bit more. It feels, I'll say the first thing, it's just very easy. The controls feel very light. The ride is good. You could go for a nice trip in this car, really enjoy it. I don't know if it's a Sunday car or it's more of an everyday. I think it could be more of an everyday. The reason I'm thinking that is my mind is going round with Does this feel special? Not so sure. The Aston feels special. Although I'm saying that's got such a good engine, hasn't it? The Aston feels special all the time, but I don't know if that's just because the look of the Aston. An Aston Martin makes you feel like, yeah, I'm James Bond. But yeah, I think it's interesting. So we're going to head to Buell, and we'll do a conclusion there. Handling's been difficult today because I just haven't got enough time with the car to really feel the handling. You know, probably be nice on a track as well. Right, what I'll do, let's get a bit more of a gap in the traffic, and then we'll do values, what's happening in the market. Right, so values of these. Now, when they come out with £64,000, you couldn't get one unless you were VIP Porsche, bought 54 million of their cars, and visited them every Sunday morning for coffee. So it was difficult to get them. I couldn't get one at the time, but I did end up with a GT3 RS, so it wasn't all bad. Now, prices rocketed up because of demand, like they do with all GT products, and they were sort of 100, 110, and I remember that being quite a long time around there. Then they dropped off, and actually this is one of my picks back in 21 or 22. I thought this would be a good car because they did drop right down in the 60s, even a bit lower, but they've recovered now, but haven't reached them heights because you've got another 718 Cayman with an hour 4-litre engine, so it does affect these. But there's not that many of these made. You know, 580 is not a lot for a production GT car here. Where do I feel it sits value wise? Would I buy one? I'm not sure I would buy one driving it today. I thought coming in I'm going to go, yeah, I want one. I feel it just feels a bit easy, and I don't know if that sounds it doesn't mean that the car is bad or anything. It just means that it's just easy. So in the Aston, I feel like I'm driving in this. It just feels very easy, which is great if you want that. If you want the easy seats, easy gear change, you can even press sport and it'll do heel and toe for you. So there's lots of aids here to help you. So would I buy one? I think I'd buy one if I didn't want to lose any money. I don't think you're going to lose any money on these cars. This car is from VVS. Thank you for them for lending to this today, and this is a £70,000 car, 10,000 miles, so it's probably sticker price 2016. So this one seems a really good buy because I've had a look at the market and a lot of them are higher mileage than this. The white, maybe not for me, but you could add those martini stickers like the last video and it'd look really nice. Let's just get, and it doesn't feel slow. Quite a nice sound. As I say, you could tune this a little bit. Getting back to values again, would I buy one, or should you buy one? I think you should. If you really like Porsche and you don't want to lose any money, if you was to have enough cash to buy this car outright, I'd probably say yeah. I think you've got free motoring. I think you can just have a couple of years. I think they'd be 60 to 65 anyway. I don't think they go down from here. Brakes feel good actually. Right, let's turn into Buell. So the other thing was, in the slow traffic I was in, and it's always difficult road driving, hopefully we will get a test track next year. I am working on that because I need that. All these cars are too fast for the road. But in the slow traffic, it's actually really nice. Really enjoyed it, and it was really easy. The clutch was really easy. The Aston's a bit harder work than this. This just feels right. Everything feels right. So yeah, slow speed like this feels really nice, really easy. I would love to have this like for a whole weekend and actually go for a proper drive. It's tricky. The weather in England, look, it's like 2 o'clock here. It's like the evening. I've only got 2 hours left, so it's not like I can do a lot. It's wet, the roads are slippery. Get some lovely shots though. The autumn will be fantastic with all these leaves and that. So what we'll do, we'll jump out at Buell and we'll get a conclusion of what I think of the GT4. I think for me, if this was my first GT car, I would be over the moon, but I've had quite a few GT3s, GT3 RSs. I've been on track with the GT3, on track with a GT2 RS. So I've been spoilt. So it's difficult because coming in here, I can feel it slightly rounded off, slightly a little bit number on the steering than the GT3. The feeling doesn't give you that fizz of an RS when the engine really comes up to high revs and it's going, wah. So it's a difficult one. But I think if it's your first one, it's fantastic.